What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified series Heavy Duty. Now, this is a figure I've definitely been waiting for. I had this figure in this pretty much look when I was younger, and I always thought he was so cool. He was one of my favorite figures to have. I don't know if it was because I was so little and, he had that bright neon green hat, that sort of thing. I just thought he was really cool, but I've been really pumped. As soon as they announced him, I knew I was definitely going to be picking this figure up, and I couldn't wait. So now here he is inside of the packaging. We got the, you can see all the accessories in there, different head sculpts, that sort of thing. You got the side with some artwork, got him yelling. You got the back showing with the loadout on him. Other side. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this guy. I can't wait to, check him out and really mess with this figure. Again, he does kind of have like a personal attachment to myself, so try not to let that get in the way. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. So let's get him open and check him out. So in the packaging, once you take him out, it's got two clamshells. So you've got this part here that's got everything with him, but you also get this other one that is in the second tray. It's got two of these, rocket launchers, that sort of thing. And then I'll get him out of there. Here's Heavy Duty outside of the packaging, and I think he looks awesome. Part of it is probably, still the nostalgia part of it, but I think he looks every bit as cool as I, imagined in my head. I, a lot of nostalgic feelings coming across from picking him up in the store. And I mean, this is so awesome that they did him, and they did him in this look. And I mean, I just love it. I don't know if I'll be able to say that enough. They did a great job as far as I can tell, like the sculpt, the look of it. It looks really cool. Now, this guy does come with a lot of accessories. He comes with these, with the heavy machine gun, and you'll be able to add a bunch of different attachments to it. But one thing I will say out the gate is be careful not to lose anything from the packaging. There's a whole bunch of tiny parts in there, so you'll get a couple of these. I still got the tape on it to kind of keep it together, but you get these little mini rockets. You get these mini blast effects. And you're getting quite a bit of them. So this isn't the only one. So you get quite a bit. If you can see that there. Not the best translucent piece that we've gotten. They're really, really bright. Even the rockets are, that green. I was a little unsure of how they were going to try to go for this figure. I mean, I know he does have the neon look, and he is kind of from that era. A little bit more, I don't want to say playful, but maybe that'd be a good way to describe it. So his weapons kind of reflect that in a way. I mean, the big heavy, I guess he'll call it heavy duty, the big heavy duty machine guns and everything is cool. Looks really awesome. But then you get these effects that just kind of make it, flash back to that old school time. I wasn't sure if they would do that or try to modernize it. It is classified, so you could have modernized it a little bit, and then maybe you do like a retro card. But I mean, you couldn't really do a retro of this guy because they nailed the look from what I could tell. So that would also be kind of tough. So would you do a retro packaging just for accessories, just to make them look legit, that sort of thing? But yeah, he comes quite a bit, so I would say definitely don't leave anything. I almost missed this guy here. It was sideways on the tray, in between trays, taped to it. Very, very easy to miss. This is the ammo belt. It's this plain. Get him out of the way so we can focus on that a little bit. So it's like this plain gray. You got a lot of detail in there. It is really soft, flexible, so that it will be able to pose right inside the gun, inside of this machine gun weaponry. And flex to look good. Then you've got those rockets and the blast effects. We got an extra head sculpt, which looks really good. You got him without the hat on, and I really like it. You got the little fade, you got the lines cutting through the side, the ear piercings. I think he looks great. I'm glad they gave the option of like a hat version sculpted on and then just a regular head. I hate having like loose stuff like the glasses that can come on and off. I'd rather have a sculpt with it on and one with it off. So I'm very glad that they did that, and he looks really good. You get an extra set of hands, so you get some closed fists. Really nice. You get different headsets. So you get this one headset here. Got some little ear pros. They look good. No, it's just molded in black, so there's no paint wash or anything like that to bring out some of these details. And it is detailed. You can see the wires and everything like that. And then you get this one here that looks like it has or it's not really a headset. This one's just like it slides over his eye, so you can kind of, I guess, uh, what would you call it? Like a screen, basically, so that you can see where your target is locked on, that sort of thing. So one set of ear pros, and then that one right there to go over the eye. And then we've got a couple of these rocket launchers. So they tell you right there, quad burst. You got this nice dark green with the light green, a little bit of brown. Very nice coloring on here. Nice paint. So far outside of those blast effects, everything looks pretty like military like. Pretty classified, nice, like not playing around. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be like this, but you can see the difference. This one is straight 202 quad burst, and then this one's got this little wave in there. That might be a like printing error on their part on mine. I'm not sure if that's a everybody thing. Invention number 2 in D minor. That's pretty cool. You get these little mini guns. You got the little circles there, so you know they're gonna attach to somewhere. You get his knives. He's got 2 little knives that look pretty good. So you got this nice silver blade, really nice silver. Little flex to the blade, and then you got the green handle, which looks good. I like that, and you get 2 of them. So really nice. More little missiles. He's just loaded down with those. You get this heavy rig here. So he's going to slide into it at the back part where it ports in. You got these big old cannons here on the side or right there. No dry brushing or anything like that to bring out any details. That would have been nice. But they did put some brown in here for the shoulder pads, which is cool. You got some brown for the straps around the handles. So this is going to come down over him. You'll grab a hold of these and use them to fire. You got these little metal pins, so these can, flex, let you pose it good. Grab on good. The front looks good. Really nice greens all throughout this, and then you got the scratch marks. It's damaged or used. It's not pristine. Looks good. Man portable heavy weapon system. Yeah, it's man portable. Heavy duty carrying this bad boy. But very cool. And I guess you could leave it back here, like if it's rusted, that sort of thing. Then maybe if you're going to use it, you can pose them that way. But yeah, really, really cool. Now you got these different parts here, the ball, and you've got several of these pieces with these little inserts that go over. So we'll kind of get him loaded up. Oh, and there's his ammo can too. A couple ammo cans. This piece here, right? No real paint on that either. I'm going to attach some of these to this rig, but we'll go over the figure first before I put any of that on him. All right, so here's Heavy Duty himself. And again, I absolutely love this. I think the sculpt looks amazing. The Look at that head sculpt. His hat, I think, was, I don't know if it's meant to be bent like that or if that was just in the package like that. Like the chain. So you got the bull on there. It's all gold. A really nice gold paint used on this, so I'm really glad they did that instead of just using like some kind of plain thing and just um, saying, hey, that's acceptable. This looks really good. It looks like a real chain. It's like shining. It's different. It stands out. You've got this belt here that has a couple grenades. It is free floating, but you got that little green paint there on the front. The nades have nice detail on there. Nowhere else really has any detail. You got the green paint there, but no dry brushing on that belt. You got the nice shirt, awesome shirt sculpt. I like that this piece is free floating but separate and different. You get the torn arms off of there. Looks awesome. Nice skin tone. I think that's a really nice tone. Yeah, this watch. No detail here in the watch. Would have been nice to have something different in there, but that looks good. It comes across just fine. You got another free floating belt around the waist. You got wrinkles here. You got some more grenades. He is just loaded up. You got a spot for a knife there, and then one here on his boot. You got the pants that look good. The decals and everything like that look amazing. You got the nice paint in there, the different colors of green, the knee pads. You got the boot sheath. The boots look good. You got another, I would say, watch right here, and this one's got the 73 BPM. So I guess it's just monitoring his heart. Maybe it's like a smart watch, keeping track of it. Maybe he's, show you're keeping calm or you're getting stressed, or I don't know, maybe he's having fun blasting everything. But yeah, that's it for pretty much the look of him. He looks really awesome. I think he looks really good. The sculpt, everything like that. So yeah, let's get some of these attachments on him. Well, we'll throw the knives in real quick. So one right there. I apologize for someone cutting the grass. I'm not sure if it's coming across or not, but it's pretty loud out here. Got the other one coming here. So that looks good. And so he did come with these rocket launcher parts, and they do attach to that other main frame, but you really don't have to use it like that. I mean, you can throw it in his hand and kind of, make it, I guess we'll do it more like that. This handle is really, really soft, by the way. So we got that there, and you can just kind of pose it. I want to kind of put that up against his shoulder. But there's no way that's going to work because that part right there would destroy his arm, the back blast. So, yeah, maybe something like that. You can make stuff work. Maybe underneath. I don't know. There's not two handles to really grab onto, but you can get creative. It's your own stuff. But I'll get these attached to that main frame, and then we'll, check them out. Something I wanted to show was this piece right here, just kind of the one with the ammo cans. It goes right over this piece here in between, and it just kind of clicks in there. So you'll just kind of push that in case you're wondering where that goes. And then this part will come down, and there's actually two little circles here, cylinders, and they actually attach right there. So they'll slide down in there and hook on. Another thing is you can see where these little rockets go, and the rockets are green. They go right in there, and then you've got those blast effects. They actually plug into the back of the little rockets and slide in there, and so you can show them kind of launching. Now I'm going to take them out because I don't want to lose them, but also the bright green kind of takes away from it for me. So I'm just going to bring those out. Before I attach some of that gear on, let's run through the articulation. So you get the ball peg, head looks down, not much at all, looks up just a little bit. You got to cut at the base of the neck, but It's not helping too much. You get a slight tilt, but not much at all. So the range of motion in the pit area isn't the best. T-pose, you got butterfly joints, upper bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, peg and hinge everything for the wrist and hand, diaphragm cut, so can look forward about that far, can look back okay. Of course, you got the ball waist also, help you lean into everything just a little bit more. Leg goes forward about that far, which is really good. Back to neutral, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, get a boot cut, and then you get the hinge, pivot everything in the ankle and foot. And that is your articulation for heavy duty. Then, of course, we'll get them into a couple poses. Yeah, this guy is awesome, though. I'm really enjoying this figure, and he's going to end up leaning into certain ones that hit me, like nostalgia-wise. If they're really good, I don't do it for all of them. Again, they got to be good. I do get a second version or a second one of them. He's going to end up falling into that category just because he's like one of my favorites, and I know I can wear these guys out, especially if I end up using it like stop motion. Sometimes that can wear out a figure, and I definitely want to have a second one of him just in case. But you got him with his knives out. Maybe doing some knife fighting. Maybe diving through the air. Something like that. Really cool. Let's get that, take a look at that other head sculpt while we're at it. And look at that, the legs move really nice. Really awesome. Yeah, crouched pose. And of course, you got the ear pros. Looks awesome like that. I could see him in like a helicopter with that. Again, this piece right here will go around. Like that. Since that's going over the ear, you can't really get this over the ear. Looks a little strange, I guess. Just like doing too much type thing. So that's one or the other, I believe. And that's just tension holding it. I wish there was a little more tension in there, a little more sturdy. So yeah, now let's get his heavy rig on there. All right, so here's Heavy Duty with his, heavy weaponry on there, and he looks awesome. That looks really cool. I like the way that it articulates, it moves, everything like that. Again, I'm not using those little missiles because they'll either fall out or just kind of take away, I think, from the look of it. Even if he does have like a bright green hat, I think it still takes away from it. So this is pretty much how I'm probably going to have him displayed, or maybe not even with this thing. I'll probably leave that on him though. I won't use this because it's so flimsy. I don't want to lose it. Maybe I use the ear pros on it. We'll see how that looks. I think that presses in there okay. Maybe something like that. Maybe not. I may not use it at all. Or if I use any of those, I'll use the ear pros, but I'll put a different type of gun in his hand. But yeah, I think he looks really awesome. Like that there's little stickers, Tampo in there, little details. These, roll around, move around. Got the ammo belt. It slides straight through, but it makes it look like there's two different types of belt feeds. So really cool. Of course, you lose the articulation with him wearing this thing. But I mean, he balances with it really well, which is one thing I think most people probably were going to worry about. But he looks awesome and he's holding it really well. So really nice. Let's get some comparisons going. For the first comparison, we've got Roadblock and Heavy Duty. We've got the cousins. So always thought that was cool that they were cousins, and they look really good together. They're both really strong guys, built up, carry heavy weaponry. You can see, Roadblock's got that big old minigun there, and then Heavy Duty had his arsenal there. So really cool to have these two together. They look great, standing almost about the same size, with Roadblock being just a little bit bigger. But Heavy Duty's not far behind and still has his own bit of presence. Really, really nice. For another comparison, we've got Heavy Duty with the retro Cobra Viper and the Action Force Blowback. And they both make the Blowback look a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay. I mean, Heavy Duty's kind of a big guy, and maybe this Viper is a little bit closer to him, so they're not way out of scale or anything like that. But I do like the greens on them. Of course, Heavy Duty has the bright green markings that kind of make it not so much lean into this style, but really, really cool. Slaughter is one of my favorite absolute characters in the Joe lore, and also this is one of my favorite figures. I think I did a review on this Slaughter. I'm not sure if I did or not, or maybe I was planning on doing it or something. But Slaughter was one of my first early Joes. Also, like now he was one of my very first Joes. Period. Not the classified, but of course the 3/3/4. I remember being very little having that, but of course my age and the figure release date, it definitely had to be like a hand me down, something that my brother had or something I saw maybe. But it's one of those things where I remember having it, I just don't remember getting it myself. But the Roadblock in this was definitely something that I picked out, wanted, and he was one of my absolute favorite figures that stayed with me for a very long time. But these two guys kind of share similar bodies. So you can look at the pants. You can see the knee pads there. I'll show that a little closer. You can see the belt buckles, the loops, everything like that, the buckle. Slaughter's is painted gold and his belt is white. Roadblock's is plain. Kind of wish I had a little bit of color too, kind of help it out, but he's got so much else going on there in the deco. You got the side pocket, you got the knee pads, and then you got the boots. all the same. So I would say the waist down is entirely the same. Then if you look at the arms and just kind of go with the sculpt, looks very much the same exact sculpt, just I don't know, it looks so close, like very, very close to it, but it looks like so Slaughter's veins are pretty pronounced here and down here, and you can kind of see them here in the forearm a little bit and in that bicep on Roadblock, but they're not as pronounced. It's almost like a mold that's been used more and more, or something that we use to maybe they took Slaughter's mold and changed it. And I only say that because even though it's pretty much the exact same sculpt and everything like that, and the muscle textures and everything, Roadblock's pinless. Slaughter's got the pins. So maybe I'm thinking maybe they took this mold and decided to change something to make this pinless, and then that's why these veins are not as pronounced, but they do very much look the same. So of course I can't say it's exactly the same. I don't know that for sure. That's just what I'm assuming and guessing, because that looks really, really close. But definitely the lower half and this part right here on Slaughter for the butterfly joints, part of his muscles, his skin, they changed that out for this one that looks like a t-shirt. So yeah, you got the traps and everything like that. That's still the same, but of course this one's wearing its shirt, so different sculpt, all new sculpt. I say all new sculpt. I'm not 100% sure if somebody else used something like this, but yeah. And that's pretty much it for Roadblock. I mean, really awesome figure. I love the sculpt on him so much. The paint deco, I think they nailed the look, the old school look, without making it very cheesy. I think part of that part of it goes to the missile system, the missiles. I think that part kind of makes it look a little more toy than anything, but I mean, everything else looked really good. The definitely this battle system here, the paint, the colors looks really nice. Everything looks good up till about there, and these aren't even bad. I'm not trying to say that these are bad. They're pretty true to the time period and everything like that. It's just, I don't know. You put them next to, I mean, look at Roadblock and look how intense he looks. Slaughter looks intense. And you throw some like lime green missiles in there, and it's like the hat thing's okay. People wear different hats. You can get away with that. I don't know if I showed that shred head. The pattern on there looks good. People wear different hats and stuff. That's okay. You can let that slide. Super bright missiles, it's tough to swallow when everybody else looks pretty hardcore, pretty legit. So yeah, this Roadblock is, this heavy duty is pretty awesome. I really like him a lot. I'm glad to have him. I think I wish he had, y'all know my favorite hands. If you watch my reviews, my favorite hands, I wish he had a set of those, a pair of those. I like the skin tone on him, the sculpt, the chain being shiny. Good choice. Very good choice in doing that. I really appreciate them doing that. You got the earrings with the nice shiny silver. Really cool. Man, I just really like this figure. That battle system looks good. You got the paint on there. It looks scraped and everything like that. Could have used a little bit more in the ammo belt. That's just the plain gray. I wish it had a little bit of a wash in there. Would have made it look a little bit better. The other head sculpt looks really awesome. I love that. I'm probably going to keep him with the head sculpt on. That's how I know him. That's how I really love him and want him to be. Not going to be using the target finder, the range, nothing like that. I wish that was a little more, I guess, less flex in there. And I do like that it's not like a permanent part of the mold. The ear pros, probably going to use. We'll slide that on there. I hate to kind of use it because I don't want to lose the lose them, but he looks great like that. I'll probably leave him like that. I kind of wish he came with at least one rifle. There's other rifles we can find to put with him, but that would have been cool. I kind of wish these rockets would fit a little bit better, like single handedly, so he can carry him. But I guess he can kind of walk with both of them upside down. I don't know. You can kind of mix and match your own thing, but this thing looks awesome again. Yeah, I mean, I'm not disappointed in this guy at all. I really like it, and part of it is the nostalgic thing. I guess maybe that's always going to play a small part in reviews. But maybe that is going to make me judge it a little harsher, also, um, because I'm expecting a certain thing. I'm expecting a little bit better. I'm expecting to really nail the character that I love so much, and that goes for like all the Joes, but certain ones, I don't know, unless you had them all growing up or something like that. You probably had a few that just stood out more than others, and this guy was definitely one of them for me. So yeah, as always, I hope I helped you out in some way. Um, hope I showed you enough to where you can make your own decision on whether he's for you, whether he's not for you. Maybe you want to wait for a sale or something. He is a deluxe figure, so it comes a little with a little higher price point because of this battle system here. But for me, I definitely had to get one. You made it this far. You know that this figure means a lot to me, nostalgia wise. So yeah, as always, I hope I helped you out in any way possible. Showed you enough articulation, the paint, the everything, for you to make up your mind and see what you need to see. So I will see y'all in the next one. Later.